So let's talk about the maintenance requirements for the 2024 Tacoma. And really, I think this applies to the third gen as well. However, you're probably not going to be able to find a brand new third gen at this point, I don't think. So I know everybody's always concerned about the 10,000 mile maintenance, right? Because Toyota says you're supposed to have your first oil change at 10,000 miles. Is that really true? So I've pulled up the maintenance schedule for the Tacoma. We're going to run through 5,000, 10,000, and 20,000 miles because it kind of just repeats after that, right? So what is the 5,000 mile service? I got a call just a week or two ago on my truck telling me that as part of my, I guess, free maintenance plan, I'm due for my 5,000 mile maintenance. Not true on mine. I don't have 5,000 miles yet, but nonetheless, here we go. First of all, it says here when the odometer hits 5,000 miles, you should take it in, and what they're going to do, they're going to check installation of the driver's floor mat. That's number one on the list. Why? Because a few years ago, Toyota had a little bit of a problem. The accelerator was getting stuck, and it's because it was being pushed on underneath the floor mat. Lawsuits, all kinds of things. Now it's part of their 5,000 mile inspection plan, and honestly, probably every time you take the truck in. Number two, inspect and adjust all fluid levels. Oil, brake fluid, windshield washer fluid, stuff like that. Number three, inspect the windshield wipers. They're going to look at your windshield wipers at 5,000 miles. Unless you live in a climate that gets really cold and a lot of ice and stuff freezes on your windshield, and the windshield wipers are constantly rubbing over that, what can be kind of sharp ice, you're probably not really going to have a problem. Nonetheless, they're going to check. This is the most important thing, I think, and the only reason why you would ever take the truck in at 5,000 miles if you're not doing an oil change and you're not doing that oil change yourself, and that is tire rotation. Tire rotation is a pain in the arse. They're heavy, you got to jack up the truck. Unless you're rotating another spare in between, you got to kind of move them back and forth. It's just a pain. That, to me, is probably the only thing that makes it worthwhile to take it in for the 5,000 mile inspection. Next up, visually inspect brake linings, drums, and brake pads and discs. I would hope, unless you're one of those people that rides around with your foot on the brake, which drives me insane. I still see that to this day. People that are 2-foot drivers, 1 foot on the brake, 1 foot on the gas, brake lights are always lit up. Pet peeve of mine, drives me nuts. But you really probably shouldn't have any problems with your brakes unless you do things like that. Maybe a lot of stop and go traffic, I don't know. Next up, we've got the 10,000 and 20,000 mile service. First of all, it says here the 10,000 mile check will follow the same steps as the 5,000 mile one. However, they're going to add a few things to it. They're going to inspect the cabin air filter. Pretty easy to do yourself since it's included in the free service for the first couple years, I think it is. Why not have them do it? And they're going to replace the engine oil and filter at 10,000 miles. Seems to be a bit extreme to me. Full disclosure, I changed the oil in my Tacoma at about 1,300 miles, something like that. And then at 5,000, I'll change it again, and I'll go every probably 5,000 miles after that. 3,000 to 5,000 miles is a good benchmark, I think. Now, the 20,000 mile service. They say here they're going to replace the cabin air filter. What else are they going to do? Not much. They're just going to inspect the same things that they did in the first two that we mentioned, change the oil at 20,000 and such. Now, the big one, I know I wasn't going to include 30, but the big one is 30,000 miles. This one, they even say, is much more involved. They're going to lubricate the propeller shaft. Now, this only applies if you have four-wheel drive or maybe a Cessna, I don't know. Then we have retorque the propeller shaft bolt, pretty important, I think. Replace engine air filter. So it's not until 30,000 miles that they're going to replace your engine air filter. That seems a bit extreme to me, although they do say in all of these mile benchmarks, I guess, that it's for normal driving. So obviously if you're driving around in dustier places, something like that, you'll probably replace it sooner than 30,000 miles, I would think. Now, it says you'll also want to get the following inspected: automatic transmission fluid, cooler hoses and connections. Don't want to lose your steering. Ball joints and dust covers, brake lines and hoses. Again, this is at 30,000 miles. Drive shaft boots for the four-wheel drive system. Engine coolant, exhaust pipes and mountings. Front differential oil in the four-wheel drive only version. Fuel lines and connections, fuel tank band and fuel tank vapor vent system hoses. Fuel tank gap, or rather cap, gasket. Radiator and condenser. Rear differential oil. Steering gear. Steering linkage and boots. Transfer case oil in the four-wheel drive version. Transmission for signs of leakage. Man, I would hope at 30,000 miles you're not going to have a leaking transmission. I would hope you wouldn't have a leaking anything. And that's about it. From that point on, it's kind of redo. They go back really to the 5,000 mile schedule, if you will. So 35,000 miles, you're basically just going to have them look at some things. By the way, I would rotate the tires every 5,000 miles. Again, probably the most important part of these non-service required visits. So that's pretty much it. Then they go on to a 60,000 mile and 120,000 mile benchmark. Pretty much the same as the 30,000 mile one, although they do mention, I guess this is important, that you'll want to have the spark plugs replaced, and it specifies a specific engine, the 2GR-FKS only, and then you'll want to have the drive belts checked as well at 60,000 and 120,000. I think probably at 120,000, replacing all the belts is probably a good idea, because the last thing you want to do is have something not work that you want, like the air conditioning, or get stranded somewhere because something more important fails. So that's it. That's, in a nutshell, the Toyota maintenance schedule on the 2024 Tacoma. Again, I think it kind of applies to all Tacomas, really, third gens. Leave a comment. Let me know. Do you follow the maintenance schedule? Or just maybe whenever you happen to think about it? I'd be curious to know. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.